If you're going to uni, college this September, you might be short of money. I'm going to teach you how to cook a curry for 3 people that'll last 3 days, and you can cook it in 30 minutes. What you're going to need is a bag of chicken wings, costs about £2, an onion, 3 cloves, garlic, 3 pods of pimento, an onion, 6 baby plum tomatoes. You need some curry powder. Easy one is Island Spice Jamaican curry or Better Pack. Other makes are available. All you need is 1.5 tablespoons heaped and a cup. Throw in your cumin seeds, about a teaspoon ground, and a tablespoon full of curry powder into a cup. With boiled water filled to the brim. Ensure you stir the contents. We're going to add this ingredients. So we got cardamom or pimento seeds, we got our garlic, we got our onions, and we got our 6 plum tomatoes, and we can add a little bit of ginger if you want. And we're going to put them and fry them inside this pan. Just gonna, some people say it's reddening the onions, browning the onions. This part is gonna start to get some aromas coming in to your kitchen. Got all of those in there. Very nice. Add that into the pot, and then we'll just gently fry these. You need to chop up your chicken into small bits. So we're using you can use a knife and just slice through this, but because I'm trying to do it in one time, I'm going to have to do it just with this. Add a small amount of salt, maybe 1/10 of a teaspoon, and a teaspoon of Walker's Wood Jerk seasoning, and it will give you just enough spice to spice up your life. I was at work one day, and Jamaican man said he wants to eat lunch but he doesn't trust the food, so he said go and buy some chicken, and he gave me £3, and I said that can't feed all of us. Within half an hour he cooked us a curry and we all ate, and it didn't cost, the whole meal didn't cost more than about £5 for 4 people. So there you go. I'm going to start to add my chicken to the pot. So that is some of my chicken in the pot, it's not all of it. Gonna add my curry stock. Make sure you get all of the contents at the bottom into your pot. Allow the curry to boil. You're trying to now boil it down. Allow it to boil for 10 minutes maybe, and once it boils down for about 10 minutes, put the lid on. Once it starts to boil, ensure that you turn down the heat on fire trying to cook. The nicest flavour and easiest to cook is basmati rice. I'm going to show you how to cook basmati rice in 5 minutes. Fill up the rice in a small pan to a quarter of the level of the pot. Ensure that is quarter, because we're going to then fill the pot up halfway with water. But before we do that, we're going to wash the rice off to try to clean any starch off. Basmati rice is a rice that has very little starch on it, so it's the starch that gives people the problem when cooking rice. Wash my rice off. I try to tip out water that's not needed. Once the rice is washed, I try to use some clean, soft water because the water in the tap is quite hard. So I use soft water and you'll get nice, fluffy, soft rice. The rice is ready to go on the fire and the curry is cooking. You can taste, sample, make sure it's to your requirements. We want to boil this rice now until it starts to bubble, and then we're going to reduce the flame and move it onto a lower pilot. The chicken stock has got a nice flavour to it now. You should keep turning it over, and so the chicken at the bottom goes to the top. It will just increase its flavour quite quickly. We're at 10 minutes and our curry is on a low heat and it is simmering nicely. You should be every 10 minutes taking the lid off, turning it over. You can have a little taste of the soup now and see what it tastes like. It should really be yummy by now. Once the rice starts to boil, you need to turn the heat down. And now we're trying to cook the rice. So we're turning the heat down and we're going to put a lid on it. I've put a lid on the rice and now pressure's going to build up and it's going to cook the rice quite quickly until I wait to pull the lid off, and I'm going to let it steam the rest of it off. I am going to move this pot to a smaller flame. I move to a small flame to ensure that I cook the rice without turning it too soft. That curry is nearly done. We can take the lid off and it is absolutely gorgeous. It is looking really nice. It does taste really nice. Now, curry is a thing you should let sit for a while before you eat it, but this is ready to go. We can see the rice is steaming off. We're trying to pressure this rice because we're keeping the lid on. If you keep taking the lid off, the rice will go soft. So you have to keep the lid on and let it cook the rice. If we look at the timer for 3 minutes, that should be nearly done within 2 minutes. Right, what I've done is I've taken the pot off, the lid off the pot, and I'm making it boil down because I want the soup to be thick for this curry. So I'll let it boil down. The rice, the lid has not come off, but this rice is done. We take this lid off now and we can see how fluffy this rice is. Now this meal is near enough done. Look at this rice. My fiance says to me my rice is fresh and her friends have a good laugh. However, when I cook my food, when I give them a small portion, I get dirty looks. They ask me, why am I being so mean? Now, my fiance says my rice is fresh, but this rice is lovely and it's cooked very quickly. You could add salt, you could have butter, you could add some other things to change the taste, but the curry is going to do the job. Curry is going to be the thing that makes the rice taste. So I've dished out a plate. So this plate probably costs 50p to make. So how can you eat like this for 50p?